Genesis chapter 3 and 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
Exactly, because that really goes into Jacob and Esau. There would be a tension between the two brothers and their nation, and this is why Jacob and Esau, as it stands right now, we can no longer get along, even to this very moment in time. Even though Esau has put this lie out there, and his deception that we all gotta get along and we're all equal, as they say, but yet and still there's still that tension there, showing you that Esau's deception cannot tamper with the truth of Jacob and Esau in terms of there being a tension. That tension will always be there, even unto the kingdom of heaven. Because we're going to show our racism against them. Because see, Esau has the power to show racism against us, but we're going to be given the power to show racism against them. So everything's going to be flipped upside down. So everything that Esau made us go through, we're going to put him through the same thing and more. Okay? Go on, brother.
Right, because the order was plainly set out in the scriptures. Paul laid it down to the Corinthians. He said the head of the Hamashiach is the Most High.
And I don't cut you too, brother, because I kind of went off because there was a point that the brother was making. The point that the brother was making is that there's going to be a confusion between the family setting, So that's all I wanted to say. You're going, brother.
Yeah, and what's it? Hamashiach, he's the head of the man, and the man is the head of the woman.
Yeah.
That is the order in the marriage, man, in the house. And obviously Esau, the scripture says, I shall create a new thing in the earth. A woman shall come past a man. And that all came about during the 1970s, during the feminist movement. Alright? It was really the Edomite woman was used to turn the Jake woman against the Jake man, against the Israelite man. And that's what caused about a lot of confusion. A lot of men were getting kicked out of the house. Incarceration, a lot of gangs, a lot of nonsense came out of that, man. And this whole feminist movement really conflicting with the natural element of a woman's spirit, man, which is to be submissive and to be feminine. When a woman engages in that feminine side of herself, she's more at peace with herself, man, because she's engaging in her natural element. When she's trying to be strong and dominant, no one tells me what to do, that causes a lot of stress. They become a lot more stressed out, man. If you look at women now, they're more stressed out than they've ever been in the history of their existence, man. They're on cigarettes, their vaginas smell, okay? They're always outside of the house. They're focusing more on work, getting money, than staying in the house and being feminine. They're losing hair all over the place.
Yeah,
okay?
The rotting of the thighs, right?
Yeah, rotting of the thighs. They've got big ass stomachs. Isaiah 3 describes how the Jake woman is, man. The hair is missing. Okay? They got foul attitudes because they're engaging more in masculine energy. Their testosterone is outweighing their estrogen levels, man. And this is what I mean about this is all disorder in marriages. When you got a woman in a masculine element and a man's trying to be in his masculine element, no doubt there's going to be a strife, man. There's going to be a bumping of the heads, man. You can't have two people, two heads leading you know what I'm saying? You can't, there's going to be a conflict.
Yeah.
No doubt. And that's why there's so many relationships. That's why relationships are supposed to be lasting, man. You say relationship because there's more marriages. The scriptures promote marriages, not relationships, not boyfriend and girlfriend, more husband and wife.
Yeah.
Okay. Marriages are supposed to be lasting. You know what I'm saying? But in this setup, divorces are rampant, man.
The chair here. You sit in that one.
The divorces are through the roof, man. Okay. As the scripture said, it said that when the Most High is joined together, let no man part asunder. Okay. So a woman can have plenty of husbands, man. A woman can have like 200 plus husbands because she's been laying around all these men. You know what I'm saying? That's a defiled marriage, man. You know? You're going.
It's at Deuteronomy 28 and 56, and it says, and the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. Okay?
Yeah.
And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress, and she shall distress thee in thy gates.
Right, so that's pretty much talking about the point where the woman of our people, lost respect for us, the men, the Israelite man. Why? Because we were brought down, we were conquered. So naturally, when a woman sees her man being conquered by another man, she loses respect for her initial husband, man, because she sees that he's being dominated by another man. Okay, so that's the point. It says, her eyes shall be evil, the tender and delicate woman among you, her eyes shall be evil against the husband of her bosom. Okay, and towards the children. Read that again, sorry. Excuse me.
It says, verse 56, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
Right, so it got to a point where the so-called the women of our nation, they were homekeepers, man. You know, guiders of the house. It tells you in the book of Genesis how certain women were. There was certain customs that they kept, like they would go and fetch water for, you know what I'm saying, the camels and so forth and so on. Okay, they keep the house. They would they would dress the table for guests, keepers of the children, guide the house, so forth and so on. Now we're living in a time where Esau's made it where women compass a man, and now women have equal rights to a man and can do all the things that a man can do. And now this is completely outweighed their estrogen levels and making them more testosterone based, man. You know what I'm saying? And now when a woman is not in a woman's natural nature to respect a man who she's equal with. You know what I'm saying? That's why these women are so disrespectful out here, man. That's what's causing all, as we just read, the disorder in marriages, man. Okay? And it's not this male and female. Now you got men marrying other men.
Yeah.
That's even more disorderly, man.
Like I saw, I think it's some senator or some congressman or something, and it was in the paper, and he was kissing what they call his husband, man, in the papers, like. So it's just, it's just out there like that now, you know.
You know, this is something that we have to accept as being normal and lawful, man. You know, same-sex marriages.
And it goes back to the strange God that were influenced under, not we, but I'm talking about our people in general. You know? But it's all has to do with Esau maintaining his power structure, destroy the people, and maintain his power. Because see, back in the ancient world, every man had their own portion of land and their own portion of power. You know, but Esau wants to bring all power from man unto him to cleave unto him. So based on what you just said, the word about the women, being against the men and vice versa, that's to the benefit of this society. Okay, that's to the benefit, because so that Esau can maintain his position. You know, because Esau don't want prospering families. Because see, a prospering family is a family where a woman knows her role and the man knows his role. Because you even got grown-ass men that don't want to play their role. They want their wives to play their role for them. So you even got that situation too. You know what I mean? Gotta put that out there. But
so a family, an ordered family, an ordered Israelite family is a big threat to Esau's leadership, man.
Exactly.
Where a man is the head and the woman is in submission, subject to the Israelite man. That's a big threat to Esau. That means the children will be in order, they'll be raised up properly, and they will ultimately be raised to fight against Esau's supremacy, and Esau don't want that. So Esau's aim is to somehow use Eve against Adam, as in the old times, man. And it's worked out perfectly, as you see. It's worked out perfectly, man. If you see what's going on right now, Eve has used the power of Satan against the Israelite man and caused all kind of catastrophe, man. Okay. So I'm not to read on. Oh, you got something? Go on.
I got something as well. Right.
And we don't. I mean, it's a good topic to talk about, but this,
Right.
let them people deal with that in the world, man. You know what I mean? But it's something good to talk about because we've all came from that world where we witnessed broken families and that. We all come from that.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is that
It's idolatry.
yeah, it's idolatry.
Right,
there you go.
right.
And at the same time, the Lord allowed it to happen so that we can then learn from this life as what it means to sin, to go astray from Heavenly Father. But you're right, Con. Because that goes into idolatry too. Because we're under what? A strange God.
Right.
Which Esau put up there. Go on, brother.
So they said disorder in marriages and adultery, man.
And adultery. And that's happening all the time.
All the time, man.
All the time. Esau's doing it. Jacob's doing it. Even Moab's doing it. Every nation you know that's in this Western Hemisphere, somehow, some way are committing adultery.
They were doing it to us in slavery, man.
And yeah.
They were in slavery. Esau, the so-called slave master, knew that you, an Israelite man, you're about to get married tomorrow. The ceremony's gonna get, the marriage ceremony tomorrow. And Esau would go and to your wife, your fiance's cabin, and make her give him BJs, man, before the day of your marriage, man. You know what I'm saying?